Yakoin chupong partuanalen at chakanan karwain ini ko alimangan showin neither MarshalleseTV or it broadcast in Springdale, Arkansas, Yumuntalewan, Springdale School District Communications Department. And with us this morning, we have some very honored and special guests. Over the summer, we had a program, sort of like an enrichment program that was aimed towards second graders that are in Monitor Elementary School. And along with that program, we had also mentors from ALC. So, Hilochiponin, Jenny programming marpagchigan. And with us today, we have Julie Crane from Monitor, who also contributed a lot of her time to that program, and also Tamelia Ryan, one of the teachers at the Archer Learning Center. So before we get started, I want to ask Julie to tell us a little bit, about what the program was about and all that good stuff that we want to hear.
There were several goals that we were wanting to accomplish with this. One of the things, of course, was that we wanted to enrich our second graders' opportunities this summer by allowing them to be able to work on some literacy skills such as reading and writing, but also we took it to another level of, one of the things that we know about culture and motivation in school is a student's identity, and so we really strove to develop their cultural identities by teaching through the mentors like Manny and from also leaders within the Marshallese community. They came in and they taught us more about the Marshallese culture and some of the traditional stories that come from that culture, and we use that to help kind of develop their own identities as a Marshall Islander.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Julie. Enodan karain pag program in garano juon enrichment program merakar cibang iralap tada kitchen literacy air kada rhythm cheje emecha bilo air roda kada clean read him cheje aparen rarkanan incorporate koba gedok manit bwebwenato guinan remajal mage tabang airin bilo air barkada read Cheje meria go chedilo rijikuul erabar kada kan mane to gina ranot chenet kanan ga later on kan bwebwenato merar che charbali rijikuul rain. So Tamelia, thank you, Julie, for sharing that. Tamelia, I know that you had a group of older students that helped and kind of guide them along as they wrote a story. One of the stories I remember reading it when I was in elementary school back then. It's called Tobolar. So can you share your experiences and how the mentors have really, motivated and helped these little ones?
I think it was a great opportunity for the younger students and my students from Archer. I think the younger students really looked up to our students, and it was good for our students to be in that role as mentors. I think sometimes alternative schools have a bad reputation, and sometimes people think of students differently, but our students are some of the best I've ever had, and I've been teaching a long time. And
thank you.
The kids were they were awesome.
And I know the kids really love you too. They love being in your class. They enjoy it. And anodan pai jadian jalak yung kalim jalak alternative Chugul gagay the emeron jablu kun paz the plamana quarga yang mana wairga ramaron kalungun chol ga rienam charbali penajri ra ngajri to gum lale ligaw chirirga no dek jo rorun kanna ne katta to mero ko kalo ka darro yatam Rusen okay Rusen komaron ka chere chirikan ewawen kilajo tam. How did you like it?
It was great. The part we learned about things. All the big kids, the little kids, work together a lot.
So you remember you wrote about the story of and read about it, Tobolar, right?
Yeah.
Was it your first time to read about it?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? I know I did when I was your age.
Yes, I did.
You did? Would you like to do that again? if anything a similar sort of program ever comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, so no tan largi nejir yang rusin cherege ya kalukun labani doglimon lo programom tilgun labar kamolol range the mergar charbali peira not kal nejam lumanam tami kia itangan kachi the gipang la diga meru tolo megar pa cibang erjang many ejimega matan ricibang rome kumiang arcibang. So to you, konan gon malagodam pagan tago kwar.
Man program in way chong program me cheche lukun e dar mi rej pokona lo program di penajere reinum chegangar koba lagum ba chibang ero encourage ke bwebwenato in bwebwenato rotororar peje down lautagum charkanan percibang lo rhythm writing.
I am it takes a lot of courage for these, you know, older ones to really take their time and work with the younger ones. I mean, I appreciate it. Bwebwenato on Tobolar ko barang ko pachiri tayo ko jalagan bwebwenato na ka kwarba charbali peyer. Bwebwenato in
It's about a small coconut. It was ugly. He had he had an older brother that always did the work for him and his mother. Then he said, my destiny was for you guys just to dig me out here so I can produce goods for the islands.
It really turned out to be, even though it was just a little coconut, neo-merar kalibuni, why neo-merar kalibuni, but a lot of good things came out of it. Like you, right now, that coconut has a lot of uses and meanings to us Marshallese. You can drink from the coconut, you can eat from the coconut, you can make crafts from that. You could even get medicines from the trunk of the coconut tree. A lot of things. What else? Do you remember? What else can, like mats? You can make mats to sit on or lay down on. Or enre. Enre, it's like they're like plates that we weave together. All different uses that you can get from there. From that. So I know it was a very, from what I heard, even though it was only 5 days, but it seemed like, you know, it was, you were there for a while and you learned a lot. And I even read that story that you all did, where all the different kids were from and their, like, we call it, okay. So that was a really good enrichment program for them, and we're looking, hopefully, that maybe sometime in the future we'll have another one just like that. But jenar bwebwenato penglarigra rejun kali karga relun gar itoglumo yerem mani payer. So we've got about a minute and a half left before we go on to our next segment. Is there anything else that you would like to share, Tamelia or Julie?
I learned a lot. Even more about the culture and
yeah, probably a lot that you didn't know, that you know, the different uses of the coconut or what we can get
enjoyed watching
from
the
it.
students make the jewelry, the necklaces.
And you know, a lot of these kids also were born here, so have never really been to the islands. But when you're up on the plane and you look down, all you see is all these coconut trees. So there was a reason for God to create our islands that way. We might not, they're just low-lying islands, and we might say we don't have much, but it's amazing how much you can get from that, all the abundance of coconut trees that are there. Okay, so we're gonna be taking a break and we'll come back for the second segment, but we wanna thank these two brave students for taking their time and come and share about their experience with the summer reading and writing enrichment program that they were involved in over this summer. So don't go away, stay tuned, because we'll be back with some more of the story of Tobolar and the program that took place over this summer. So
Mama and Papa ro all of them kanana boy ne chalak yo ren in walong and ayuri ro ne yiri lo chugo lo yene go rejiri mugi ye we we na er marong te barge uni o in poy ren marong te barge lo yon ro de game elang ye mo jama magut ngan war jonium ya war oram nam pakken ak elang ye par wor melele go ro ta jen melele go lo registration card e ye nam kamman go ta kiya krudok chugo lo yene o magata wawinin e jangan ka jabaro kay nam mano ana ayuri ro ne yir ken kay kum kanan ko enam man sabaro ngan ayuri
par yawe jabar cebalak dongan matano kain karuan MarshalleseTV cene bar wan malodom konono kan program in mar puk chiganilo chamareo. So we're going to talk some more about some of the things that you all were involved in doing, you know, and what you found out about these kids, especially the ones that for the first time learn about a story from their island. Do you want to go ahead and share?
Yes, what we learned as we started working with the students is that a lot of our younger Marshallese students do not know a lot of the traditional celebrations and storytelling of the Marshall Islands. And so it was really a pleasure to be able to teach them some of those things that I know their families would value and appreciate us passing down to them. But we were able to do it through members of the Marshallese community, whether it was the older generation, some of the parents, and then also the mentors in the high school. We were able to do it through them and also through the storytelling. And so they were able to learn this story by partnering up with their mentors, and the mentors helped them internalize the story by acting out the different parts and the different characters in the story. And so they really got to experience the stories themselves.
That's good. Emenogan karain mercer bali per page. Emanewan programin baranganir geling yan ajiri rain. Rachangin gar chala, rachain gar chala gan bwebwenato. And for the first time ajak kain kajuanem. Ralagdom read ajiri ramer tolongan mentor ramer richi bangir. Ralagdom read racha paj read oda raj baranot act out ganot raj bwebwenato par dan kamani magdugu go me raj pagchigi ilo bwebwenato in. Eme mane wana ge ijala ga ole benajiri rain me rachain gar per majal. Eme chain gar warai chalagan majal read on pello reading program inim kata kan bwebwenato Tobolaram or chiri gair knowledge chalagan bwebwenato go air lotrego. So would you say the mentors, you said a lot of these younger ones didn't really know about the stories, but most of the mentors knew about it, would you say, or have heard of it maybe?
Some of them had some familiarity with it, were a little bit familiar, but even for them sometimes some of it was new.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I don't know if they still teach that story nowadays, you know, back home, but I heard this story back when I was in elementary school. And I'm glad that even though they're not actually back in the Marshall Islands, they're here in America, and then yet they're learning, you know, some of the stories that we learned while we were back home. So, manabo kumiyang dogom, ekata bwebwenato gin chogo chigiri melele chirikage. Kumaron by experience yo yang manangan kumiyang kay. Kumiyang kanan kumiyang maridog limo miyang in manangan nejbar involved lo project radagain. Okay, so Tamelia, you want to share anything else you want to share about your experience? Or anything that you would like for the audience to know?
I think it was a wonderful opportunity to use culture to help them become more interested in literacy, and the fact that they wrote a book is pretty cool. And eventually it'll be published and all the elementaries will have one in their library. And they interpreted, you know, Marshallese and English, so that's really nice. And the students illustrated it, so.
Yes, that's another thing while I was looking at it.
It's a really nice book.
Manewan programming rarin bawega kiyo yor juon poge majair chino chiajiri ren rar chem chinga go loan parana jiri renim rene lagli di lo library gini ma orai rex da ole mangani to kumrit ga ko jalage And I look on Juon menin manana janer barala perilo chugul gain. Hey, you would really be happy to know that. Oh, that's my picture, and I was involved in that, and that's my drawing and all that. Rana dilukun manana gan taor contribution go air ngan pogi nim pilo air gar pokon air ye. Emoy manana go air gain reparon chago jan majal ngan air di pokain aga kia reido malagin bubble project kain ilo chugul gain ge reparon chiji air chiji reproduce echa poka no de merache agilo bwebwenato go air ilo wawine air magim chinga go air magay e wel gune man boy che do kom bwebwenato pendrona ron ja orge parta ko mi rokanan kerga.
Want to say anything, Rosa?
What did you enjoy the most? Tayo matada ipamagar.
What enjoying the most? Being all my friends and the mentors working together and a lot than in the story.
That's good. So emani penabo kanage emarong kar peripenajiri romatan mentor rala barci bangai re itu lima oni gani pendro no ai rilo ai rankar charbali pendro no produce show in me etep show aga dan pogi in me erang kamane. So if there were ever any other projects like this that comes up, like enrichment program over the summer, you would do it again, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because from what I heard, it was a really good project or a program for you all to be involved in. Rujine orgay parminen konan pangan rame rajredo kumalo ilo terain ngay baja ajri rocha the matamaga tano konan panganir family ko
my family,
families and friends, anything that you want to say to them. Echala. Okay, ako kon mo ba yago yang adir for renchala ko ko yago yang family ko.
Okay.
Ako ko Manny.
Well, it's an experience me bar elabana manwe. Ilo chamar ga chaganan kigi ganar kanana. It's something that I look forward to. I wake up knowing that I'm going to go help kids and become an inspiration in their life just by being part of it, and just being with them is like, it was part of
you're contributing something. Yeah. Well, that's good. Sometimes he said instead of sleeping in over the summer, he woke up and was really looking forward to joining these younger ones and working with them. So that was a good, in fact, that was a good thing also for you all to be involved in, and we really appreciate what you all did. And I'm sure Monetary Elementary School really thank you also for that. When you all were doing the program, there was another a group I know that some Marshallees are involved in, and they're called Promised Land. They provided the meals for you all.
They did every day.
Yeah. So that was, we want to thank the group of ladies that took their time also and contributed their part. So, special thank you the ladies, Marshallese ladies from the Promised Land for providing meals. Ledo kujero milo ayradan perilo program involved receiving support from them, and those are also moms of many of the students that are in the school district. So it was like a team effort from every corner. You have the mentors from the LC, you have the two teachers from Monitor, and it was a good collaborative effort on both, all of your parts. And Carlness, Luman,
Carmen,
Tommy were involved, and also we at the Consul General to show you all how to weave necklaces, right? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, then did you get to keep all the necklaces too?
No.
Yeah? Well, that's a souvenir, something for you to remember that program, huh?
Yeah.
From doing it. That was your keepsake. kain kakimimik programa. Okay, we're running out of time. I want to thank our guest once again for your time. And we're looking forward to the future of having more programs like this, because we know that it really helps them, especially something that they can learn while they're in the States that they could have had the chance to learn it while they were back home. So it's like home away from home, and you're still learning something that they're learning back home, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Ako parchuanalen yako yawalep japar melalakun koba do guigin lalanga chene japar ido kan MarshalleseTV komiya mol ganami alo nyam parchuanalen charam nganale Merry Christmas.
Jubilee, Jubilee, oh Jubilee, emojikri benga inila. Jubilee, oh Jubilee, Jubilee, it's sundanya wai buzwe.